everyone. I hope you all are safe and doing well. Welcome to the 2020 NJJN Awards video. Each year, the National Juvenile Justice Network elevates and honors exceptional advocates for their contributions to the field of youth justice reform. Each award seeks to spotlight those who expose and remediate the harm that the youth justice system inflicts upon youth. We're truly grateful that in the midst of converging crisis happening in our world today, we're able to continue to honor these leaders for their dedication to the work of youth justice, especially in response to the unprecedented challenges of recent months. Today, we're honoring JORREN Biggs for our Young Justice Leader Award, Mary King for our Beth Arnovits Gutsy Advocate for Youth Award, Cheyenne Blackburn for our Emerging Leader Award, and this year, we're really excited and pleased to announce for the first time ever the inaugural Diana Only Campbell Movement Builder Award, which in its first year can only be a testament to the one and only Diana Campbell, the founding coordinator for NJJN's Youth Justice Leadership Institute. Coming up next in this video, we will hear from our honorees as well as those who can attest to their excellence in leadership and advocacy. We're also grateful to have special performances by Maura Greer and Devontae Washington, two young advocates and artists working with our member organization, the Arts for Healing and Justice Network. To open us up, I'm honored to introduce a very special spoken word performance by Amore Alvarenga, a 2019 alumnus of NJJN's Youth Justice Leadership Institute. Amore is gifting us with a performance of her original poem, My Ancestors' Dreams, and we are very excited to hear this. Thank you, Amore.
My name is Lindsay Amore Alvarenga, and this is My Ancestors' Dreams. We are our ancestors' wildest dreams, lucid with gratitude for the lands that maintain us, the animals who sustain us, the skies that ordain us, the elders who enlighten us, the young people who enliven us, the ancestors who inspire us, who move with us, who march with us, who grieve with us. Those loved ones turned ancestors too sadly, too coldly, too soon. To breathe life into their names, Brianna, Ahmad, Cornelius, Ria, Dominique, to remember them. To grieve them is to practice gratitude too. Yes, to grieve them is to practice gratitude too. To fill our open hearts with the emptiness of bitter loss is to know what makes us full, like dreams, like joy and laughter and unity and community and love and love and love. Yes, we are our ancestors' wildest dreams, manifesting their visions and schemes, breaking out of cycles, dismantling regimes, pouring into our healing streams. It is our liberation we redeem. So we laugh and sing and smile and love and love and love. This is the duality of all that is, the grief and the gratitude, the loss and the love, the crashing of a wave before it returns to oneness, the nightmare before the dream. And you, beloved, are the wildest of them all.
Good afternoon, everyone. Ricky Watson, Executive Director for the National Juvenile Justice Network, here to present the 2020 NJJN Young Justice Leader Award to JORREN Biggs of Durham, North Carolina. I've had the pleasure of working with JORREN since he was 16 years old, and he applied to serve on the Youth Steering Committee at the member organization that I co-directed, the Youth Justice Project. I remember reading his application and knowing immediately that we needed to have him on our team and that he needed to be one of the young people that really contributed to the work that we were doing in North Carolina and in the southeastern region of the country. And I think really ever since then, he's kind of been stuck with me. And I'd like to think that I've been stuck with him too. So JORREN brings a deep level of thoughtfulness and compassion to everything that he does, and at least everything that I've seen him do. And he is a fierce advocate for so many issues in his community here in North Carolina and beyond. JORREN is currently a sophomore and a Pogue Scholar at UNC Chapel Hill, which is right down the road from me, actually. And he's double majoring in African American Studies and Political Science. And I am truly grateful that I've been able to work with him and continue to work with him even now on the Membership Advisory Council. I think NJJN as an organization in the field is really lucky to have him, and I couldn't be prouder of that young man. JORREN, I know that you've been through a lot in the last couple of years, and it means a lot to me that you're still working with us and that you're still doing a lot of work to support and help some of the most in-need people in our communities. So with that being said, I want to deeply and sincerely congratulate JORREN on all of his accomplishments. And I'd like to say that we could be stuck together for many more years to come, JORREN, but we want to congratulate and celebrate you right now, man. We're really proud of you. So thank you. Thank you for being a part of NJJN, and we're proud of you. Thank you.
Hey y'all, thank you so much to NJJN for selecting me to be this year's recipient of the Young Justice Leader Award. I'm incredibly humbled, proud, and just excited to be recognized by an organization I care so much about. Before I say anything else, I want to give a special shout out to a few people, specifically Ricky, Peggy, and Kristen from Youth Justice Project for putting me on with NJJN and just being generally amazing. Allison, Jenny, and Courtney, everyone at NJJN for always being so kind to me and always working their best to ensure that I knew and that other youth involved with NJJN knew that our opinions, our words were always welcome and heard in decision-making spaces. I also want to give a shout out to all the organizers on the ground in Durham and North Carolina generally, especially Black queer organizers who often don't get the credit and love they deserve for laying so much of the groundwork for what's happening right now. Andre 3000 said that the South got something to say, and those are the folks proving it every single day. In the seasoned spirit of gratitude, I want to say I'm truly thankful to everyone I've come in contact with at NJJN, be it through forum planning, the MAC, for just allowing me to see that imagination doesn't disappear once we reach adulthood. In the midst of everything that's going on in the country election-wise, it's not lost on me that so many of the issues that we're fighting to change regarding juvenile justice are present and have been present during red and blue administrations, and they're not going away anytime soon. With that being said, I think it's necessary that imagination is used as a guide to move people and create these worlds we haven't yet seen yet. This fight for equity sometimes feels perpetual, but I think a large part of what makes people go on is just dreaming of existing in a space we haven't had before. And that's incredibly necessary. Thank you again for this award. Stay safe, everyone.
We at the Michigan Center for Youth Justice have the honor of introducing to you the recipient of the Beth Arnovits Gutsy Advocate for Youth Award. This award was created by the NJJN Executive Committee to honor one of NJJN's founders and a true leader in the juvenile justice reform movement. This award is designed to both acknowledge other leaders in the field and to create a communications platform for justice reform work. Each year, NJJN honors an individual advocate for youth justice who embodies the tenacity, vision, fearlessness, and wisdom of Beth Arnovits. In addition to being an NJJN founding member, Beth was the executive director for the Michigan Council on Crime and Delinquency for 36 years. This year's recipient of the Beth Arnovits Gutsy Advocate for Youth Award is Mary King, the Executive Director of the Michigan Center for Youth Justice, previously known as the Michigan Council on Crime and Delinquency. Here are some of the reasons our staff were compelled to nominate Mary. I, Afafa Mayan, believe her to be audacious, kind, authentic, and someone who's always thinking about how she can help others, especially our youth. Her commitment to equity and justice is profound and awe-inspiring. Jason Smith, our Youth Justice Policy Director, says, Mary is a true champion for Michigan's youth and an exceptional leader who worked to place MCYJ on a strong foundation to advocate for youth justice reforms for years to come. Our operations manager, Heidi Frankenhauser, says Mary is quite simply one of the best humans I have ever worked for and with. She's passionate and hardworking. She's genuine and silly and brilliant and kind. She cares about changing our broken systems, and I truly believe she'll keep fighting well into her retirement to assure there's real transformation in our justice system. I couldn't think of a person more worthy of this award. And Gabby French, our policy associate, says, Mary is a great mentor, wonderful role model, and one of the hardest working people I've ever met. Her passion for youth justice is unmatched. She deserves this award. And with that, Mary, 1,000 congratulations from all of us.
So much, Bob, Jason, Heidi, and Gabby for nominating me for this award. And thanks to NJJN for selecting me as the 2020 recipient. And especially thanks to Beth Arnovits, my mentor, who was the original Gutsy Advocate for Youth. I met Beth in 1989 when I was 29 years old, when I began coordinating MCCD's Children's Visitation Program. I was a young professional, and Beth took me under her wing, and she gave me wise and often profane counsel. Beth had a really big personality, and her love of shocking people was only exceeded by her tremendous compassion. I was really fortunate to be able to work with her again professionally 17 years later in 2006, when I started coordinating the Michigan Prisoner Reentry Initiative in my home county. If you would have asked me back in 1989 what I wanted to be when I grew up, I would have said that I wanted to be Beth. Not in my wildest dreams did I ever think that one day I would be walking in her shoes as the executive director of MCCD, now the Michigan Center for Youth Justice, or receive an award that was created in her name at the end of my career. Talk about serendipity. It's been a tremendous honor and privilege to lead this organization over the last 5 years. When I began serving as MCCD's executive director, the organization had struggled through some really difficult times. In fact, the previous ED, Dennis Schrantz, worked primarily as a volunteer until he retired. But MCCD also had an enviable 60-year history of advocacy on behalf of adults and youth in our justice systems. Over time, adult legal system reform has been raised up as an important component of improving racial justice in our country. And in Michigan, there are many fine advocacy organizations who have taken up that charge. Yet, Michigan remains the 6th highest state for confining young people, overwhelmingly youth of color. MCCD was the only organization in Michigan engaged in youth justice reform work. And that's why, in 2019, we changed our name to the Michigan Center for Youth Justice. We changed our vision and our mission to better reflect a laser focus on advocacy to improve outcomes for justice-involved children, youth, and young adults. We firmly believe that kids who get in trouble are still kids. It has been extremely rewarding leading this agency through this transition. We've also been successful in raising the age of juvenile court jurisdiction in Michigan, and will hopefully be passing some legislation that will lead to improved juvenile record confidentiality and an automatic expungement process. I'll be stepping aside as Executive Director effective January 1st to move toward my retirement. The Board of Directors has selected our incredible Policy Director, Jason Smith, to be the next Executive Director at MCYJ. I firmly believe that MCYJ is poised to transform Michigan's youth justice system in Jason's very capable hands. And it is with a glad heart that I am passing the torch to him. I hope you will join me in uplifting Jason's leadership as the new Executive Director of the Michigan Center for Youth Justice. Thank you, NJJN, for this incredible honor. And thanks again to the MCYJ staff for their nomination. I am overwhelmed with gratitude. Thank you.
Who are you? Who am I? I am a young Black queen made up of several flaws, created out of love, built from the roots of blood, pain, and tiredness of my ancestors. Yes, a queen, my crown will tip but not fall. The most powerful thing I wear is my brown skin. For I know who I am. They persuade me to be rude when I don't smile, stupid because I don't speak, bald because I wear braids, a watchdog suspected as a thief because who is this Black girl in my store?
I'm Catherine Dunn, and I'm thrilled to present the brilliant Cheyenne Blackburn with the National Juvenile Justice Network's 2020 Emerging Leaders Award. This award honors an advocate for youth justice who embodies passion, boldness, and perseverance, and is committed to raising up the voices, experiences, and expertise of system-involved youth and people of color to ensure that those most directly impacted by injustice are at the forefront of the youth justice movement. I've had the privilege to work closely with Cheyenne at the Southern Poverty Law Center and in her new role as campaign director at FFLIC over the last several years, and she is truly so deserving of this honor. Cheyenne understands that real, meaningful change requires long-term and integrated strategies towards solutions that are developed and led by those most impacted. Cheyenne served as a leader on the Louisiana Children's Rights team at SPLC, working on the school-to-prison pipeline in particular. She creatively used the tools we employ at SPLC to support and work alongside youth impacted by school pushout and criminalization. She's published policy briefs and developed social media campaigns to tell the stories of impacted youth. She's drafted legislation that's passed into law, including to hold schools accountable for criminalizing children. She's worked with clients in litigation and worked to engage students and families through webinars and community meetings, and on advisory boards and in coalition spaces. Importantly, using all these tools throughout all of her work, she's developed and maintained strong relationships and co-conspired with organizations working directly with impacted youth. Cheyenne centers the experiences of system-involved youth and people of color in all of her advocacy. I strive to show up with the values of love and justice in the way that Cheyenne does, often asking myself, what would Cheyenne say or do in this situation? Cheyenne, thank you for your leadership, your passion, boldness, and perseverance. Cheyenne, you envision a world where our children and youth can truly thrive. And with you as their accomplice, I believe this is possible.
First and foremost, thank you so much to NJJN for the Emerging Leader Award this year. I do not have a speech written down, but I was just gonna speak from the heart. It just, you know, this year has been an incredibly hard one for many of us with COVID-19, but the work doesn't stop. And I see that many of us are out here still grinding, still getting things done. And this award and this time and everything that has been going on has just been an important reminder of why we are here and why I'm here. And why I'm here is because I incredibly believe in the power of Black people, especially Black young people, and their liberation. And without that, that there would be nothing to keep me going. And I think this award would not have been possible without the incredible NJJN family here, especially my YJLI family. I've grown up here and you've helped me step into my power, and I appreciate that so, so much. And I'm also incredibly thankful to my colleagues at the Southern Poverty Law Center, especially Mike and Catherine, who nominated me for this award, my Black women that work there, my union folks, the NOLA Children's Rights Team, and my new family here at FFLIC. I just think that we have so much work to do, and I couldn't have done any of this and wouldn't be in this space and wouldn't be earning this award without any of you, and without being in your presence, and without learning from you and growing with you, and being in this fight together with everyone, especially here at NJJN and at SPLC, has been an incredible honor. And I've grown up with all of you here. And I just want to challenge us in these really difficult times to just think big and to continue pushing for whatever we need. Especially because it's a function of white supremacy, right? To keep us worrying about like what is going on in the presence and working within these systems instead of imagining something else. So I'm challenging all in this moment to imagine this something else. And then last but not least, I just formally want to thank my mom, who's an incredible single mom and just an incredible Black woman. And it's really hard for us to remember, right, that Black women are putting it on the line every single day and lifting us up every single day and bringing us home victories every single day, just like this election. And so I would not be here without these Black women either. Thank you.
It is so rare you meet someone who has an impact on you every time you talk to them. It is so rare that you have an opportunity to work with someone who every time you communicate with them, whether it's text, call, or email, you come away a better person. It is so rare to meet a person who is actually a living legend, a person who has implemented change, a person who has built movements, a person who has changed and impacted the lives of so many across this country. That person I am talking about is someone you all are familiar with, right? Anybody who's in the Youth Justice Leadership Institute movement is aware of this person. Anybody who is a fan of DC or has stepped foot in the district is aware of this person. This person is Diana Only Campbell. And it is my distinct honor and privilege to introduce her and award her with the very first inaugural Diana Only Campbell Movement Builder Award. This award is so pivotal. And it's not pivotal because of the award itself, but because of the person it is named after. Diana created an army of social justice warriors, an army of racial justice warriors who fight every day. And not only do we fight every day to make the world a better place, but we have a standard to uphold, the standard that she taught us, the standard that we still adhere to. I've never experienced anything like YJLI in my life, and that's because of Diana. You can go anywhere in the world and you meet a YJLI alumni, and you hug them, even if it's the first time you met them. Pre-pandemic, of course, but you hug them and you love on them because they're family. Diana created that family. For that, we will forever be grateful. We will forever be grateful. When you talk about building a movement, you talk about working in social justice, anti-racism, being committed to leading and building. That's Diana through and through. Without Diana, I don't know where we would be. With Diana, I know we're in a place to change the world. And we thank you. We thank you so much. I tell you, I am trying hard not to turn the waterworks on here, but anybody who's ever spent more than 4 minutes with her knows she knows how to make you cry tears of joy. Not tears of pain, but tears of joy. She helps you understand the better parts of yourself, the best parts of yourself, and she gets those out of you. She helps you be vulnerable accountable, and understanding your ability to impact change. It gets no better than Diana. With that, I am so grateful, so honored, and so privileged to be presenting this award to her. Thank you for everything you've done for us, Diana. Thank you for everything you will continue to do. I know the grandkids are ecstatic that you get to take time off and be with them. We're ecstatic for you as well. We will continue to uphold the standard you created for us. We will continue to honor your name and the work you've done, the relationships you've built, the leader that you are. Thank you for everything. We love you, Doc.
Greetings, everyone. I'd like to begin by acknowledging the Anacostan and Piscataway indigenous people who are the original occupants and stewards of the land on which I now reside. Their nations do still exist despite the genocide perpetrated against them by European invasion and violence. I would like to express my gratitude to my ancestral line, especially the ones who were here to welcome me to the planet. And I am also grateful to my close and immediate family for their love, support, and encouragement. It's profoundly humbling that the network honors me so deeply with this award, and doubly honors me by naming it for me. You've gifted me with the thing it is said we all want and should have, which is to receive our flowers while we are still living. I want you to know that it means a great deal to me. I'd like to end by encouraging us all to do everything we can to build the grand, glorious, and just world that is absolutely possible. May the divine continue to bless you, and may you be grateful for all that you receive. Thank you.
We want to thank everyone for tuning in and helping us honor our 2020 NJJN Award honorees. This is a really big deal for us, and I continue to be inspired by everyone's hard work and tenacity in this movement, particularly in the moment that we find ourselves in right now. And it's our honor at NJJN to celebrate these contributions. A big thank you to everyone who helped make this video possible, including Afaf Hamayan from the Michigan Center for Youth Justice, Katherine Dunn from the Southern Poverty Law Center, GARIEN GATEWOOD from the NJJN Membership Advisory Council, and YGLI alum, obviously, and Julian Harris from the Arts for Healing and Justice Network. Thank you again to Amore Alvarenga and Maura Greer for their poems as well. What we're going to do is close out with a final performance from Devontae Washington. Also, a really big thank you to Courtney, who helped to get all of this together and coordinated and collaborated all of our efforts. So we want to applaud her efforts with this too. Thanks everyone, and we'll see you in the new year.
My name is Devontae, aka the weirdo from the junkyard, Cheyenne. And this is my side of the story. You cannot channel my flow like clockwork knots and paperwork loans when I copy the place, one is Xerox. But I keep the body clean without the need of any detox. Produce a stroke single for 4 bars on the hot spot. Can offer smoke to a square because the hot box wet and deodorant beers. When questioned by the police about who, what, and where. Put a pair of socks on the snitch to fold them flat like party chairs. You flowing a scout. In other words, I'm doing this face under your hair. Hey, in general, it's everywhere like air. So ride the bus of life, even if it's no fear. Hurricane, my halo circle around me like a tornado. But when the wind is roaming over the rainbow, into the hills I go. Even when flat, I stay afloat so you can ride the regular wave. I'll be with the baking boat.